Have you checked the children? You're a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the horror show. I'm Marcia Parker.
And I'm Susie Von Slaughter, and today we are doing another Patron request, which is the Sorcerers. And who's that from?
Sam Glass.
Sam Glass, that's right, Sam Glass. This movie was made in the 60s, okay, and it's about this older, you see this older couple, and they live in a very small house. You know, you can tell they don't really have a lot, but they're trying to get someone to be part of their experiment to see if something works. So they need someone who's dumb enough to fall for it, but also, you know, still smart enough to, I guess,
Be useful
for them, I
Yeah.
guess. So, of course, they find this very attractive male who's just bored with life, and he's, you know, he has money, he has good looks, he has, you know, the girlfriend, but he's just bored with life.
Yeah.
So that's about when things start kicking off, when the husband goes out of the older couple. The husband goes out to try and find someone, and this guy, because he's so bored, decides he leaves his girlfriend and his friend at the club that they're at, to go get food because he's bored. He wants to go take a walk and
I need to be by myself. I need to find something better.
to find something better to do. Sounds like a real winner. Well, yeah, he finds something great to do, because then the old man comes into contact with him, and he's like, "Oh, you look bored. You know, let me show you something for you to do. You know, something fascinating.
I'll blow your mind.
I'll blow your mind." That's what he says. So they get him back there, and that's when shit starts to hit the fan, really. So
He's a hypnotist.
He's a hypnotist. Yeah, the husband, the older gentleman, he's a hypnotist, and he brings this young man into this room that's just bright white, and there's, you know, scientific equipment everywhere. Remember, again, this is the 60s, so keep that in mind.
Very scientific.
And it was very, so he put these headphones over his head, and then I think it's stuff, he had something on his head
yeah,
too.
like wires and stuff.
Yeah,
like
wires
you
and
would
stuff.
see in like almost like a mental hospital, right? When they're doing
Right.
the
It reminds me a lot.
hypnotherapy. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So then, you know, the boy's all ready. He turns on the machine, and there's just sounds and colors, and it reminded me very much of like A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
You know, afterwards, I mean, you still, when going into this, you still don't know what's going on, like what the
What the end
couple,
game is.
yeah, what they're trying to accomplish. So, you know, there's, like I said, there's lots of colors, almost like lava lamp stuff going over. Again, it's the 60s. So after that, you know, nothing really seems different. You don't really know what's going on or what the plan was. And so, you know, they get together, and then they try it, and they start by telling him to do something, and then you see him do it, and he does it with, like, effortlessly, like he was meaning to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. And so that's when you start to, like, oh my god, these people are like in his mind, they're doing mind control, but they can control him.
Yeah, but not only can they control him while they're like directly just talking to him, they can control him for long distances.
Right. That's what they were you know, happy about, was that they were able to control him from long distances. And there are things that happened.
And then, like, not only long distances, but they can also feel what he's feeling. The sensory.
Sorry, yeah, the sensory. So they could feel everything that he was feeling. I think eating, like, whatever he was doing, they could feel.
Yeah, they were part of, like, it was like a mind meld. So, like, he broke an egg in his hand, and they could feel, and they
could feel the egg running through their hands.
And then he washed his hands, and they felt the water in his hands. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I can see where this is going from the 60s. I'm like,
oh,
all right.
Yes. I was the same way. I was like, oh, God.
Things are going to get freaky.
Yes, and let me tell you, those old people did not deter themselves. They were all about it. And I was like, oh God, this got to get real nasty, real fucking quick. But yeah, so goes on. So then they let him go. They don't really say anything to him about it. But then he's starting to do things that he doesn't understand why he's doing them or saying them, but eventually the old woman gets a little too power hungry, and then she turns into absolute psycho. And it was really unnerving. It was really unsettling for me, because everything, even him getting into a fight, I think that's what was the thing that pushed her.
Yeah, she got bloodlust.
Yeah, absolutely. He beat the shit out of his little friend that was only, trying to help, and then that's when the husband was like, "No, you've gone too far. This is,
we're
you
supposed
need
to be
to
helping
stop."
people,
Yeah,
not murdering them.
Obviously this was for their own guilty pleasure, but nothing like that. I could see that escalating into somewhere worse, which it did. And eventually the wife, she's like, "No, you can't stop me," because her mind apparently was more powerful than his in controlling him. So she hit him. Oh no, he was walking. She just straight up walked up to him and took his cane out from under him with her foot, and he just like fell. But he became completely almost like immobile. I was like, "Did you walk around just fine? Like with a cane? Like what do you mean? Like what are you doing?" But
I can't move. Yeah, well, she beat him too.
Yeah,
she hit him over the head.
Yeah, she hit him over the head. But
so he's like, "I can't."
I mean, but that was before the whole cane thing, though. That was like
yeah.
after the fact. That's like, anyway, that's not important. But yes, she just becomes so bloodthirsty and doesn't want to stop, and gets into the point where he is riding a motorcycle, and the girl's on the back, and he's just going so fast. So the old lady, she can feel the winds and everything in her hair, but now he's going too fast, where it's reckless, and the old woman doesn't know. She's just immersed in the whole experience. And it's nothing. I don't remember, did he crash?
I don't think they crashed there, but
No, he stopped, but then she's like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And that's when he got into another fight. I think
Yeah.
it was. But
that's when it led to the fight. But yeah, like it started getting out of control, and his friend started noticing that he was acting different, and he was trying to figure it out. And then and then they're like, she tried to get and then he was like going around. He killed 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That one famous singer. Oh, that's what tipped them off, because they saw him go with this very famous British singer during that time, and she went missing.
Yeah.
And the last person that they saw her with was him, the boy. I don't even remember his name, but the boy. And so his girlfriend and the friend are like, "What's wrong with you?" And he even said, like, "I don't know why I'm doing these things. It's like I can't control it." So. And
then that's when the old lady was like, "Kill them!" And he's like, "No!" And then the other guy and her husband was trying to stop him. And then there was a chase. Like all of these things are going on. It got crazy really quick.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, overall, I thought it was a really interesting concept.
I think it was a great concept, way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Because I think that if it was done today, I think it'd be done so well and super creepy. Even keeping the same concept, keeping the same story, but just, giving an updated look, for sure. Because that was creepy. And those actors, I mean, the old couple, they did a good job. They creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah.
when he was feeling the sensation, feeling things, they're acting when they could feel it.
Yeah.
They really, really, I think they sold it, and with the whole going crazy thing, that old woman really fucking sold it.
Yeah.
So
she went crazy, and I think
it's power. She's power hungry at that point. She got a taste, and then it.
Yeah. No, and I thought they did a really good job. I mean, obviously, it doesn't hold up with time, and it's very dated.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you have technology, it's really hard. But but I know hypnotherapy back then was a big thing, and it was scary.
Mm-hmm. So
it makes sense that this would come out during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would be, if they updated it, the same concept and updated for today, I think it would actually go really well.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and overall, I mean, everything was practical. There was a couple explosions. They actually burned some cars.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool. You know, not a whole lot of everything that was there was practical.
Yeah.
The music was trippy, and
Oh, yeah.
the costumes were on point.
Yeah.
But I mean, now it would be like a period piece, looking
Right.
back. But that's that was the fashion. In
Yeah,
the
no, it's
67,
true. Oh,
so
yeah,
it
and,
was
like,
very,
even
very time warpy to
singer,
watch.
yeah, the singer is very, very much of that time. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the dancing. And
Oh, yeah.
It was. I'm like, I dance like that now.
I know, right?
I'm like, I could totally have made it. I would have been cool in the 60s.
Right.
Because they're not really dancing.
Just
And that's
kinda-
kind of like how I dance now. Like, and then,
Yeah.
you know, a couple people were actually dancing. And I was like, okay, well, yeah. But, I don't know. I digress. I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a good movie. It's not one I would normally pick out because I don't usually go and look for, you know, these oldies. And so I'm kind of excited that I actually had an opportunity to do so.
Mhm.
It was kind of neat to watch something different.
I know, yeah. I was like, in the 60s, I'm like, oh, but Sam recommended it. I guess I'll just watch it.
Yeah. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, thanks,
no, I
Sam.
thought it was great. I'm glad we had opportunity. I mean, there was a bunch this week that we watched that were like from like, you know, 20 years, 40 years,
Mhm.
you know, beyond. And so
Yeah.
we're like, you know, so it's like going through a time capsule right now, which is
Right.
really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was fun. It was fun to watch. You can watch. We watched it on YouTube, so it was free.
Yeah, probably.
Are we supposed to say that?
Yeah, you can. I mean,
No, no,
yeah, so they know where to watch it.
Yeah. You're
Um,
welcome. Yeah.
so
but
it was YouTube.
It was YouTube.
Yeah, it's
it's
free on
because it's
YouTube.
like over. 80,
Yeah,
What
it's-
is that? 80 years ago? No. 60s?
In the 60s, yeah.
40?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
50.
60 years ago. So it has to be okay, right?
Yeah,
Have
I'd
that?
imagine so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what the time limit on that is. Or
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
Anyway,
Hello.
it's free on YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so it was fun to watch. It was interesting, and I appreciate Sam giving us the opportunity to watch it.
thank you, Sam.
Is there anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay,
We covered it.
so that's the Sorcerers. It wasn't what I expected. I was
No.
expecting Sorcerers,
Yeah, me too.
not hypnotherapists.
Yeah, you know.
But you know,
It's all the same.
surprised and delighted. Surprised and delighted. All right. Well, thank you guys again for watching. This has been the Horror Show. I'm Marcia Parker.
I'm Susie Von Slaughter, and
And
remember,
Stay scared.